You know what? I went to boarding school. I loved a pie for lunch. Don't get me wrong. But this is not the standard that this government set for fixing school lunches. They talked about sandwiches and fruit, and they showed pictures of yogurt, and it's not working. So basically the company hired to do it is just pushing out pies tomorrow to make sure people get fed. That's where we've got to in this debacle. And of course, Seymour can't say it's a debacle. Seymour can't pull away from it because then he's got egg on his face. Mind you, the egg will look like brown, shitty egg that you don't know what it is, much like the food each day. You won't be able to identify the egg on his face, but that's what it will be. God, please let it only be egg and nothing else. We're gonna leave that right there, and we're going to play this story.
Meat pies are on the menu for high school students across the country tomorrow as part of the Healthy School Lunch program. The supplier says the one-off pie meal doesn't meet nutritional guidelines, but the move will help it get on top of ongoing production.
And we can't lose the lead here, Whānau. No one cares about a kid having a pie one day for a lunch. So this is not what it's about. What it's about is the system that this government set up failing so bad, they have to do something like this just to make it through one more day. And it's about this government promising one thing and delivering another. So the pies are not the lead, right? Don't bury the lead. The lead is the system not working that we were promised, costing more, delivering less.
Production and supply issues. Here's senior political reporter Benedict Collins.
We were told the new Healthy School Lunch program would go down a treat.
Yep, that was the day.
You're going to have.
David Seymour vowed to deliver cheap and nutritious food to kids across the country. 3 weeks in, how's it going?
A shambles.
Think late deliveries, terrible communication, and mass confusion over whether halal meals are actually halal.
It's been a nightmare.
Good grief. Yeah. Good grief. And you know what's going to happen? People are going to jump. There is a sector of society that are going to jump up and down and go, who cares about halal? But that same sector of society, I almost guarantee you, if you said to them, what if the kosher meals weren't, they'd be up in arms about that. But they don't care about halal. It's not the point either. Remember, don't bury the lead. It's not about the halal meals. It's not about the kosher meals. It's not about the one day with a pie. It's about this government failing at what they promised to do. It's about this government saying they'd do it better for cheaper, and they're doing it far, far worse to a point where some kids aren't being fed at all. Don't bury the lead. It's important with this one.
Yeah, and it has taken a lot of time to get our lunches out to our students, which in the past was a seamless transaction.
And tomorrow, around 100,000 school kids are getting pies. Today, the company in charge, Compass Group, told schools that while the pies would not meet nutritional guidelines, it'd be a one-off, while the company tries to get on top of the food production and supply issues it's been having.
I know that our students will love the...
This is your typical, this government has put something in place. They've employed a group of people who are probably the people who said this will be as cheap as we can do it. And they've put a thing in place before the systems are set up. This is exactly what they did with the ferries. They cancelled the ferries before they knew what was going to happen next. They've put this company, Compass, in charge of these foods, and this Compass company has not got the practices or processes in place to be able to deliver what they've promised. So this is what's happening. It's, again, over-promising and under-delivering. National 2026. That's their byline. I think that should be their byline. Under-delivering since 2023. National 2026. You know, it's like, this is it. Don't bury the... I'm saying this all over again because this is the truth. Don't bury the lead. It's not about the pie. It's not about that. It's about what they said they would do better, not doing it. How they said they would improve it, not improving it. That's the story. I'm talking lots, Magenta. Do you want to say anything else before I push play?
Well, actually, one thing that I'm also thinking is that we've also got to remember that not only are we messing with their lunches at the moment, but we've just changed the structured math and literacy as well. So all of the curriculum's changing. Teachers are having to deal with that. They're also now having to deal with these lunches being an issue. So these kids are getting affected in multiple different areas already. And I'm sure these teachers are probably feeling a lot of stress with all these changes that, like you said, have not been rolled out well at all.
Yep. Okay, we'll play some more of the story.
The pies, but it's not really the message that we want to be sending our community.
Our politicians and pies go hand in hand.
Minister, do you enjoy a pie?
I have gone from 120 kgs to 110, and sadly I had a pie for lunch.
I had half a pie last night for dinner.
Minister, do you enjoy a pie?
I do. Can't you tell? Of course.
But should they be part of the healthy school lunch program?
I grew up eating pies and I feel quite healthy.
People eat things all the time that don't necessarily eat nutritional gold.
So this is them running cover now. It's like, what a fucking moron. I also grew up in a room filled with smoke while my parents, look at me, I'm fine. It's like, it's not how it works, dumbass.
Yeah. Me and a bunch of other MPs are case in point of that. But, you know, a little bit of bad food every now and then is not the world's worst thing. You've got to enjoy life as well.
I actually have no...
And that's him trying to make the story about eating a pie. Don't bury the lead. It's not about the pie. It's about their practices and processes falling apart. It's about them not delivering. Don't bury the lead. It's not about the pie, which is what they were both just trying to do. They were trying to make it about the pie.
Problem with a kid having a pie for lunch?
Pie for Kai, pie for Kai.
The opposition, though, find it harder to swallow.
Well, it's showing contempt for young people who really deserve to have a free and healthy lunch at school.
This just shows that Christopher Luxon and David Seymour are putting short-term profit gains at the expense of the well-being of our children.
You think there might be a lot of happy kids, though?
The thing is, we need a variety of options for our kids.
The new school lunch program continues to be hit with...
I just want to go back because it's important that we remember what they were promised, right? What we're looking at here is the standard they set for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's that we're looking at the standard. We've all done this. We've all seen this. School lunches NZ, right? That's it. Look, that's the standard they set. You know, that's what they're delivering.
Yep.
You know, it's just, this is the thing. That's what they're delivering. That's the standard they set. That's what they're delivering. That's what they're delivering. That's the standard they set. That's their standard. We hold them accountable to the standard they set.
Program continues to be hit with teething issues. Benedict Collins, One News.
All right. Go for it, Magenta. Have at it. I've talked too much during this clip.
I mean, like you say, it is annoying. I feel like I've been noticing this a lot recently, that it feels like a lot of the news recently seems to be kind of focusing on the wrong parts. And I don't know if it's on purpose, if it's because they don't want to piss off the coalition and not get access to them. But it just, because there was like a news clip we looked at on Friday where they said in some other wording that just felt a little, how would you say, forgiving towards the current government. And I think I'm just getting really sick of seeing that because, like you say, it's not about the pie. Like, yes, it would be great if we didn't have that. But at the same time, when he's like, oh, don't you think the kids will be happy? Like, yeah, they'll probably be happy because the pie and the pita are probably going to turn up on time. So they'll actually get to eat it for lunch. They'll just be happy, you know? I think there's a lot of issues around that. And I'm sick of seeing their smug faces and like talking about, oh, I had a pie for lunch and it was fine. Like, yeah, also your pie probably cost 50 cents.
2 shekels.
And was actually good quality
Threepence.
And you didn't have to worry about it being, filled out with crap. So like, shut up.
Yeah. And I know I've said this about 13 times, but we won't bury the lead. I said it right from the start, pie for lunch, who cares? Fine. Once, fine. I just spent 2 weeks away, on 2 of the days. I had an ice cream. Once in a while, fine, it's away, not a big deal. That's not the story. The story is not the pie. And I'm glad to hear Chippy not focusing on the pie, focusing more on the substance of what's not going on. So it's very, very good. Well done.